guys, Mike Mouse 74 with another video review. This time we're going to be taking a look at an awesome figure, Transformers Dark of the Moon Striker Optimus Prime. This was also given to me by Mitch Santona with one heck of an awesome trade that we did over the Christmas holidays. I gave him some Transformer Prime figures in a trade with Striker Optimus Prime, and it worked out really well. So he is a triple changer. He changes from robot to vehicle, and from vehicle to battle vehicle mode. It also comes with the Optimus Prime card you can see inside the box. I just want to quickly show you the back. It shows you his robot mode, his vehicle mode, and his vehicle battle mode. So up here at the top you can see Optimus Prime in his awesome robot mode. Up here at the top it says Optimus Prime speaks, automatic conversion sounds, vehicle engine sounds. Here he's in a robot mode with his shield and his blaster. And down here he's in his truck mode and his vehicle battle mode. Looks pretty cool. And here it says shield converts to battle shield, gun and blaster combined to make Mega Striker. So that looks pretty cool. I can't wait to get this guy open. So without further ado, let's get this guy open and see what he's all about. Stay tuned. So here we have Transformers Dark of the Moon Striker Optimus Prime in his truck mode. As you can see, it does come with a card. There's actually two cards here. On the first card you get a picture of Striker Prime in his robot mode, and on the second card you just get a picture of his gun. And if you put the two cards together like so, I kind of straighten it all out, it looks like he's holding his gun, so that looks pretty cool, so I just wanted to quickly show that off. And I'm going to say this right off the bat before I begin. He did not come with the batteries. I had to put the batteries in myself, and he didn't come with the Cybertronian swords, which is kind of a letdown. I wish he would have came with the swords, because I think the sword looks pretty cool with his figure. So I'll just give you guys a full 360, and then I guess we can discuss some of the detail. So this is just another repaint of the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime, but just a little bit of a different color, and a slight modification has been made in the chest area, which I'll show you that a little bit later on. And he also makes the same sound effects as Revenge of the Fallen Prime, which is also another letdown. I wish he would have said a little bit more than just what he actually says. So for detail wise, you can see that he does still have the same flames along the vehicle, along the side right here, and also along the top and along the wheel well. And he also has the flames along the door, and whereas the Revenge of the Fallen Prime, he only has one flame, where on this one here it has just a little bit more flames along the side here. And he still has some flames along the back of the wheel well right there. And if you press this button here, and I'll show you that in a second, he does make some truck noises. And on the other side you get more flames on the side here, and some more flames along the door here, and along the front right here as well. So if you press the button where I showed you earlier, he does make some truck noises. So that's pretty much what Revenge of the Fallen Prime does too. So now I'll give you guys a quick comparison with Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Prime. So here we have the two primes side by side. On the right hand side you have Striker Optimus Prime, and on the right hand side you have Revenge of the Fallen Leader class Optimus Prime. So they're both pretty much the same height, same truck mode, pretty much the same everything. Like I said, just a different color. And I'll give you guys a close up on the Autobot logo so you guys can see. So on the Autobot logo, on this one here, it's just like a silver Autobot logo, and on the Revenge of the Fallen Prime is just a red Autobot logo. So that looks, I guess, pretty cool. And you can also tell the different colors in the figure. On the Striker Optimus Prime, it's more of a darker gray, and with the Revenge of the Fallen Prime, it's more of a lighter gray. And same with the blue. On the Striker Prime is more of a darker blue, and on the Revenge of the Fallen Prime is more of a lighter blue. And you can even tell the color difference on the back as well. So that's just a little comparison with Transformers Dark of the Moon Striker Optimus Prime with Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime. So I'm going to show you how to attach the shield and the two guns on the back of Striker Prime. There's a hole in the back of his truck right there, and if you take his shield, there's actually two holes here, and there's a hole here. If you take the gun, there's a peg where my thumb is here, and you just plug that in here like so, like that, and then do the same thing with the other one. There's a peg right here, and you just plug that in here, like so, and it should stay on. If you just press down nice and tight, and it stays on actually pretty good. And then on the bottom, there's a peg right here, and that just goes on just like, if I can get this to go on, and just peg it in. And it actually stays quite well. Back the camera a little bit. So there's Striker Optimus Prime in his truck mode with his weapons attached to the back. So that looks pretty cool. So to put Striker Prime in his vehicle battle mode, it's also quite simple. You just take the shield, make sure the peg is folded in. The front, you just want to make sure this is up like so, and do the same thing with this side. So that's pretty much all you have to do, and then you just want to fold that down like that, so it kind of looks like this. So it was up, you just want to fold it down, and that'll be the front of the vehicle. So I'm gonna just put that off to the side. For the weapons, you just want to push back on here, and that comes out. And you can either lock it in either side, and it actually locks in pretty good. So either side works. So put that down to the side as well, and then do the same thing with this side, or with this gun rather. Pull back on the trigger, and his MechTech weapon comes out, and either side locks it out pretty good. You can push it to the side this way, or you can push it like that. So either way, it still locks pretty good. And then to get him in his battle mode, you just want to lift up on the side here, like so. Do the same thing with the other side. Almost like you want to transform it into robot mode, but not quite. And then for the part of these smokestacks, you just want to rotate this down like so. And then there's a hole here, and then there's a peg. I don't know if you guys can see right where my finger is. You want to put that in there like so. And then you want to just unpeg here, right where my thumb is. It's a little bit of a tight joint. And then you want to lift that up so it comes all the way up and around. So make sure that's pegged in there like that. And then do the same thing with this side. You want to unpeg that, and then you just want to rotate this around like so. And then there's a peg here, and there's a hole right there. You want to peg that in there just like so, just like that. And then you just want to, if I can show you, there's a peg, and you just want to unpeg. Let me just bring my camera up a little bit. There's a peg here. You just want to unpeg like that, rotate this all the way around, just like that. Whoops. Kind of make sure you get these smokestacks out so that way they're not inside the truck part. So that's part of it. And then you want to take the weapons right here, and then there's a tab right here. If you guys can see, there's a hole right here on both sides right there as well. And you just want to plug that in there, if I can do it for you. You may want to put these down just to kind of get them out of the way. And you just plug that in there like that. And then do the same thing on the other side. You just take the other weapon, and again, there's a peg, and then there's a hole right there. Actually, a peg on this side, sorry. And then you just if I can show you. and that just pegs in there like that. And then there you have, well, if you want to put the smokestacks up, you can. And there you have Striker Optimus Prime in his vehicle battle mode, and I'll give you guys a full 360. One thing I forgot to show you was how to put this on. So it's my fault, my bad. So what you want to do for that is it just fits right over the wheel well. So just like that, and then there you have Striker Optimus Prime in his battle vehicle mode. So there he is, and I'll give you guys a full 360 what he looks like. So here we have Striker Optimus Prime all souped up in his vehicle battle mode. Looks absolutely awesome. I'll give you guys a full 360. That way you guys can see how awesome he looks in his vehicle battle mode. Really, really cool figure. And it's really pretty simple to put the add-ons on, so it's not that difficult. And you can see in the center of the front of the vehicle, the Autobot logo. I'll give you guys a close-up on that so you guys can see better. So that looks pretty cool. And you have some more flames along the top of the vehicle as well on the add-on, so that looks pretty nice. And on both sides as well. Overall, a fantastic looking figure. So now, let's see what it looks like in his robot mode. So here we have Striker Optimus Prime in his glorious robot mode. I have to say, he looks absolutely phenomenal. Love it. Such an awesome looking figure. So down here at the bottom, I have his shield, and I have his two guns, which form his blaster, which I'll show you how to put those on. So there's two pegs at the top, one here, and there's one at the bottom, and then there's two holes, one here, and there's one right there. All you want to do to connect those is you just kind of peg them together like so, and that forms his blaster. And then there's another peg right there, and then there's a hole in the fist of Optimus Prime, and you plug that in here like so, and make sure you push down nice and tight so it's really secure, so he's holding it nice and tight. And there's Striker Prime holding his blaster. For the shield part, these part here, you want to bring them down like so, just like that. And then these two side pieces here, there's a slot. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's two slots, one right there, and there's one right there. You just want to push these in here so you hear a clicking noise, like that. Do the same thing with the other side, like that. And then that forms his shield. Then there's also a peg right there, and then you just plug that in Optimus Prime's hand. If I can show you. Just like that. And there's Striker Optimus Prime holding his blaster and his shield. So I'll give you guys a full 360, and then I'll give you guys a close-up to show you how awesome he is. I love this figure. I just can't get enough of it. You're really, really cool looking. So now I'll give you guys a close-up so you guys can have a better look of how awesome he is. I'll also give you guys another full 360 up close, so that way you guys can really see how awesome he is. So he does make some sound effects. He actually makes the same sound as the Revenge of the Fallen Prime. So if you pull this lever down here, where it's under the abdominal region, and if you press this down,
we must stop the Decepticons.
So he says we must stop the Decepticons.
We must stop the Decepticons.
So that's pretty cool. So I wish he would have said more than just that. But what are you gonna do? He's still an awesome looking figure. So for comparison, here we have the two primes together. On the right hand side you have Striker Optimus Prime, and on the left hand side you have Revenge of the Fallen Prime. Notice the color difference between the two figures. On Striker Prime there's more of a darker blue, darker red, and more of a darker gray, whereas on the Revenge of the Fallen Prime more of a lighter blue, lighter red, and more of a lighter gray. Even in the side mirrors on Striker Prime there's dark blue along the side mirrors, and on the side mirrors on the Revenge of the Fallen Prime it's just a translucent color. Even in the abdominal region on Striker Prime has the six-pack, whereas on the Revenge of the Fallen Prime doesn't have the six-pack. And they both say different sayings, which I thought they said the same sayings, but it's more like Striker Prime says the same thing as Hunt for Decepticons, Battle Hooks Optimus Prime. So I'll just give you a little example of what they say. So Revenge of the Fallen Prime says, I am Optimus Prime. And if you pull this lever down here,
we must stop the Decepticons.
Striker Prime says, we must stop the Decepticons. So he says pretty much the same thing as Hunt for Decepticons, Battle Hooks Prime. So I thought they said the same thing, but they don't. So that's pretty cool. So I'll give you guys a full 360. That way you guys can see the difference between the two figures. So even notice on the wheels, on Prime there's more of a darker black, whereas on Striker Prime, more of a lighter or a darker gray. And even here, more of a darker red. And on Revenge of the Fallen Prime, it's more of a lighter red. Even on the gas barrels, more of just a little bit of a darker gray, and more of a much more darker gray over here. And on Revenge of the Fallen Prime, it's more of a lighter gray, and much more of a little bit of a lighter gray on the side here. So I just wanted to point out the difference between the two figures. And I'll give you a little bit of close-up of the head sculpt because they are different as well. If you look closely on Striker Prime, his eyes have more of a silver color to them, which looks pretty cool. Really impressed. And also, if you look right in the center of his chest, right about there, you can see the Autobot logo, so that looks pretty cool as well. And on Revenge of the Fallen Prime on the head sculpt, it's a little bit different. And even on this part here, you can see the Autobot logo on Revenge of the Fallen Prime, whereas on Striker Prime there's no Autobot logo. So that's just a little bit the comparison between Striker Prime and Revenge of the Fallen Prime. So for another quick comparison, I thought I'd throw in Buster Prime with Striker Prime. So I'm not going to get into the full detail with you guys because you guys can obviously tell the color difference between the two figures. I'll just give you guys a full 360. That way you guys can see all around the difference for yourselves. They're both awesome looking figures, but I think I'm still going to go with Striker Prime because he just looks really, really badass with his shield and his blaster. He looks really, really cool. So that's just a little comparison between Striker Prime and Buster Prime. So here we have all three primes standing side by side together. Starting from right to left, we have Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. We have in the center Transformers Dark of the Moon Striker Optimus Prime. And on the left hand side we have Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Buster Prime. So I just want to give you guys a quick close-up on the heads. The head sculpt is a little bit different from each other, so I just want to give you guys a close-up on that. Start off with Revenge of the Fallen Prime. So as I said, the head sculpt is a little bit different. Here is Striker Prime. And then here's Buster Prime. So I just want to give you guys a quick look at all three primes together and then show you the different looks of the head sculpt. So I'll give you guys one more last look of Striker Optimus Prime before I end my review. I just think he looks really, really cool. So I'll give you guys a full 360, and then I'll give you guys another close-up. So now I'll give you guys one last close-up of how awesome he looks in his robot mode. Really, really cool figure. I'm really liking this figure a lot. So this is MightMouse74 with my video review of Transformers Dark of the Moon Striker Optimus Prime, and I also want to thank Mick Santona for making one heck of an awesome trade with this figure. Really, really awesome. And I want to thank everybody for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, support the mouse, support your Transformer community. Stay tuned for more reviews, more updates, and much, much more. Till then, take it easy, everybody.